will be for, again, our first year back in this conference. Borden has won this conference the last several years, so this will be a conference championship on the line. It's also, again, Eastern is going to be our last game going into the tournament. We'll talk a little bit more about the sectional coming up next week. So Eastern's got one more kind of opportunity to kind of clean things up and improve and work on some stuff. I think Borden's got one more game. They're going to play this Saturday. They're going to play Bedford there at 1:30. So they got one more opportunity. I know that everybody's been, ADs have been scrambling all over the place this week with all the crazy weather. I want to say I'm thankful for all the ADs out there working hard to make this happen for teams. Didn't know if we were going to get this game in or not. I think both schools were out of school today, and so it was kind of up in the air whether this game was even going to get played tonight. I think they discussed moving it around. So, again, very fortunate. I think everybody in the gym, it's a pretty full gym right now. Everybody, I think, just excited to get out of the house. You've been cooped up for several days, and students have been e-learning, parents have been helping kids with e-learning, all that kind of stuff. Again, it's just good to get out and have a little ounce of normalcy. So, again, this is kind of the atmosphere you look for down the stretch and getting into the tournament. I think high school sectional basketball in Indiana is one of the most special things in the country. In other states, it's basketball, but here it's basketball. It just means everything. And so these girls kind of get to again, put their final tune up on things. And the Lady Musketeers are going to have their hands full tonight against the Lady Musketeers. Against the Borden Braves. I'm so sorry. This was a postponed game. This was supposed to be one of the first weeks of the season. But due to Eastern's success in volleyball this year, they had to move a few games, this being one of them. And both ADs were able to find a date that worked. But it ended up being, instead of the first week of the season, the last week of the season. So kind of went on bookends. Big difference for both teams. Again, Eastern, I think we're back to full strength now. Beginning of the year, obviously, Borden playing without Ava Wheeler. She is back. I forget exactly how many games she's been back, suffering that ACL injury from last year. So Borden's back to full strength. I think Eastern's back to full strength as far as I know. We did lose a player this past week. Their team had Abby Fowler, one of our seniors. Did go down. I think that there was a knee injury, an ACL injury. I don't know all the details of that. So we wish her a quick recovery. Again, I'm kind of sad to see her not out on the track field this year. She's just such an excellent runner. And again, our thoughts prayers with them as they heal and recover, and she kind of finishes out her senior year. But for tonight, it should be a fantastic basketball game. Both teams on paper pretty dang close. They're pretty similar. Borden's coming in at 16-4. Eastern's coming in at 14-6. Pretty close. Very similar opponents. Obviously, we played the same conference. Again, it's just been really tight. Borden averaging about 54 points a game. Eastern averaging right about 54 points a game. Borden giving up about 40. Eastern giving up 41. So, on paper, as far as offensive, defensive averages, again, two very similar teams. I think John Harrell had Borden by 9 tonight. Again, it's just going to be, I think, a matter of what kind of pace this game is played at. Can Eastern limit their turnovers? Can we limit the pressure? You know that up front with Riley Rarick up there, she's going to try to force as many turnovers as she can, and lazy passes are going to end up in points on the other end for the Braves. They kind of they make their living off just kind of those silly mistakes that teams make, and teams make a whole lot of them against Borden. Their defensive pressure, especially up front, is just fantastic. Again, so I wonder how Borden's kind of adjusting. I haven't seen them late in the year since Wheeler's come back, how they're kind of adjusted to her coming back. Obviously, Ava's just a fantastic player. Obviously adds so much, but just kind of they're learning kind of a new normal in this last stretch of the season. Borden really just playing about 7, maybe 8 deep. They got 5 seniors. These girls have played a lot of basketball together, a lot of talent, a lot of experience. With Rarick and Wheeler, Mullen just gives them great presence inside. Alex can just shoot the ball lights out. Slicer, the sophomore, again, she can shoot it a little bit. it's just a very, very talented team. And there's clearly understood why they were able to go advance to the state final game and win a state championship for Coach Vick. For Eastern, it's really almost the same idea. Eastern's got 5 seniors. Got 5 seniors. These girls have played a lot of basketball. Really, just played 2 years together. But these girls have got a lot of experience. It'll be interesting to see which group's experience is going to pay off. I think on paper, again, they're so incredibly even. For the Lady Musketeers, they've been led by Addie Smith, averaging just about 13 points a game, 13 points and about 4 or 5 assists a game. Sydney Burton averaging about 12 points a game and about 7 rebounds a game. And then Katie Honner averaging about 9 points a game. That's kind of been our 3 leaders. Robin's averaging about 8. It's one of those things I think Lynn Eastern's been really strong. They're getting 4 girls in double figures. So kind of curious, can we see that tonight? Is this game going to be played in the 30s, 40s? Is it going to be played in the 50s and 60s? What's the tempo? What's the pace? And who's going to step up? Who's going to stop who studs? I think if Mallett goes off and hits 5 threes, we're going to have a tough night. If Wheeler gets 25 in the paint, I think last year that's what happened to Wheeler. I think she ended up with 28 or something like that. I do not have those stats in front of me, but Wheeler just absolutely killed us last year there early in the season. Again, it's going to be one of those things. Can we make their shots difficult? Can we just eliminate the easy buckets? Can we take care of the basketball that's not going to let their pressures and their steals and deflections lead to easy points? Because Borden can stack up those points really quickly. And then for Eastern, can we force those turnovers? Can we force this group of seniors from Borden to cough it up and to make some poor decisions? Can we get trapped? Can we force them to be a little more uncomfortable? Eastern thrives in that press when we can get deflections and turn that defense into some easy points. When you've got a senior leading team on both sides, I think it's going to be a matter of you make it snap the turnovers. And I think that the team that has the fewer turnovers probably who wins the game tonight. And that's going to be a huge indicator, I think, of success this particular night. And really, it's that way any night. And I think as you go into the postseason, that's what you want as a coach. You want to be playing, the turnover-free ball. You want to be playing, maximizing your possessions, maximizing every opportunity that you're getting, so that we're not just giving away easy points. So again, should be shaping up to be just a fantastic game. Talk just a little bit about sectionals. We'll talk more about this about halftime. But looking at the sectionals, which will start next week, Borden drew South Central. They will play in the first game on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. They will play South Central. Second night, West Washington and Rock Creek, and then New Ross Christian Academy. And then Friday night, Henryville will play the winner of the Borden South Central game. So I imagine Borden is probably the favorite in that sectional. I know South Central's got those 2 guards that are really solid. Christian Academy's playing better basketball. West Washington's played some good basketball here in the second half of the season. And Henryville, again, got a lot of youth and a lot of weapons there. Still probably think Borden's the favorite there. But should be shaping up. That's going to be out at West Washington again next week. So get out and support these local athletes. Meanwhile, Eastern is hosting the 2A sectional 46. On Tuesday night, Clarksville will play Mitchell in the first game, and then Crawford will play Lanesville in the second game. That's Tuesday night. Wednesday night, Eastern will play county rival Salem in the first game on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. It's always interesting to draw your county rival in the first game. And Salem, again, playing much better basketball as of late, winning 2 of the last 4 games. Really, it's played well, really, the second half of the season. I think, again, Eastern's going to have their hands full with that crop of freshmen from Salem. And in the second game, Paoli will play Providence. It's the second game on Wednesday against Providence. I think they're number 13 in the state right now. So you got Crawford, you got Eastern, you got Providence. Again, I think it's going to be a toss-up. I really think it's probably anybody's sectional. Obviously, I think we probably got the strongest team, but we've got to go out and get it done. And I think being able to play at home on our home court, girls had a senior night, but to be able to go in and really finish on the court with a chance of taking home a sectional championship is just a special opportunity for them. So again, come out and support. If you got information on, or if you got questions about tickets, feel free to call. You can call Coach, our athletic director, Sean Smith, there at the school. He'll get you in touch with that. I don't know the prices. I don't want to quote them. I think it's $8 a night, or I think they're doing a session pass this year for $20 for the entire session. Again, don't quote me on that. I'm pretty confident in that. So we are going to cut for a quick commercial break for the national anthem, and then we'll be back with the starting lineups at the beginning of the basketball game. This is Lady Musketeers basketball on WSLM.
We're here at McDonald's Gymnasium, and we're ready for the starting lineup for tonight's big game. The crowd is on their feet, and they're going wild. The team is coming onto the court. Here comes the quarter pounder with cheese, along with the spicy McCrispy and the McDouble. And starting at center tonight will be the Big Mac. And ready to come into the game at any time is the play of fish. So from the sideline, folks, we have chicken nuggets cheering along with the golden delicious fries. They're hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into McDonald's in Salem, Liz, Baden, and Mitchell before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink and that one-of-a-kind Mickey D's sweet tea or hot or cold coffee drink from the McCafe. Order inside or drive-thru now with the 2 lanes and use the mobile app for great deals. And get your food delivered at home or at the curbside. You can order at halftime and enjoy that one-of-a-kind taste without missing the next play. Set a pick and roll on into McDonald's today. You'll be loving it too. Drives are open from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. And don't forget to catch WSLM's Coach's Corner live at McDonald's in Salem on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. I'm loving it. This is Becky White from WSLM, and I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana.
It's Caleb again with John Jones Auto Group. 2026 is here, and with the new year comes a new you. New goals, new plans, and maybe a new ride. At John Jones Auto Group, we believe the vehicle you drive will fit back where you're headed next. Whether that's a dependable truck, a family SUV, or something that just makes getting behind the wheel feel exciting again. We're proud to serve souls in the locations in Salem, Scottsburg, Gordon, and Greenville. Make 2026 the year of the new you with a new ride from John Jones Auto Group. You see so many because they pay so little.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demand. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid, working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 grids, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with full-scale grid technology. Your power can come back on faster than sooner. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Progressive presents the Passionate Sportsman Checklist. Find the jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin CDs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely picks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one picks you out, we'll see the second and a right wall stickers. Check and check. Only one that is so hard insurance with Progressive is so like protection for the things on which checkoffs. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive has reinsurance from the authority to buddy insurance and available to situation covered subject to terms.
And we're back here at Borden High School. I was not aware they are going to be doing senior night tonight. I misunderstood that, so they are recognizing these seniors. Again, we'll take a quick second to recognize them. Riley Rarick, Riley Rarick, Ava Wheeler, McKenna Mullen, AJ Ballard, and Emma Hart. Just an absolutely fantastic group here from Borden, and listening to their stories, discussions about their coach Vic. Again, just one of the groups to come to Borden High School. It's been fun to watch them grow and develop, and they're just an absolutely fantastic representation of Borden High School. Finishing at last year with a state championship, and then obviously looking to go this year, and they can't return to the state championship. And again, as talented as they are with that, I don't see any reason why they can't have a real deep run here in the South. Anytime you see a 1A school, it's got 2 6-foot girls on there that can both move and shoot and get to the rim, and you've got supporting cast here with these 3 teams. Again, they've got everything they need to be very successful here in the 1A South. again, we are going to cut for another commercial break. I apologize. This is going to be for that. We'll get started. This is Lady Musketeers basketball on WFLM. When conditions get tough, the road to adventure doesn't have to end. Keep driving all winter long on tires you can trust. Between September 24th and December 9th, get $80 via reward card or virtual prepaid card after online submission with the purchase of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires. Available at Washington County Tire Shop in Salem. See www.michelinman.com/auto/deals-promotions-man-rebates for complete details. Offer expires December 9th, 2025.
High school sports have a unique way of setting the tone for our entire school community. How? By demanding our very best, no matter who we are.
Every student, coach, parent, and fan has a responsibility to practice good sportsmanship at athletic events. It's on each of us to lead by example with our behavior.
The way we behave is not only a reflection of our own character, but of our schools as well. It lets everyone know this is how we do things at our school. This is what we expect. This is who we are.
So, whether you're playing, coaching, or cheering, always demonstrate integrity with your words, actions, and attitudes at our athletic events. Our school's image is up to us.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty. Help set the tone by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic event. This is leading by example. This is leaving a positive impression. This is your IHSAA. And we're back here at Borden High School. Starting for the Lady Musketeers, it's going to be Addie and Avery Smith. It's going to be Eliza Starrett, and then Katie Honor and Sydney Burton. So going with Eliza Starrett this week. I think it's been the starting lineup the last few outings out. I think they let Fowler start early in the year. Robinson started. I think Trainer started 2 games. Obviously, they're going to shift if they can, try to make sure they control inside, make sure they're controlling the glass. Eliza's going to help with that quite a bit. For Borden, they're going to start, number 2 is going to be Riley Rarick. She's a 6-foot senior. Number 3, Ava Wheeler, who's 5'11", maybe 6 foot, also a senior. Starting number 5, McKenna Mullen, also a senior. They're going to start number 11, AJ Mallard. Again, just a flat shoot the ball, so something we've got to be on the lookout for pretty much the entire game. That obviously Rare and Wheeler are going to draw attention, but we can't let Mallard shoot all night. We're going to finish off with Emma Hart, just a really solid post player. She's not as big as Rare or Wheeler, but really does a really nice job inside and just using her body inside, both rebounding and getting to the rim. So really five weapons for the Braves. It's been a strength of theirs. That's really all 5 of them can score pretty much any time. And you don't see that a lot, especially in 1A basketball. So we're gonna get tipped off here. It's gonna be Rare versus Honor to the tip. This will be for a conference championship, and really just some county bragging rights. I know Borden's not technically in our county, but this is one of our rivals that they always kind of count as a county rivalry. And the tip is going to end up in the hands of Addie Smith. Addie's going to get right to the rim. She's going to get a little physical down there. Oh, my goodness. Ball popped out there at the top of the key and ended up in Avery Smith. Ended up with it. Rarick was going for the ball and absolutely nailed Avery Smith. It wasn't malicious or anything like that, but they're going to get Rarick for a foul there. A lot of contact there. Glad everything's okay. Ball inbound, gets it Avery Smith back to Addie. Addie's going to pull up top of the key for 3. No good. Rebounded by Burton. She puts it back up. No good. It's going to be Starrett's going to fight for the rebound, and they're going to get a jump ball. That is going to go to Borden. Eastern in a press, in that diamond press. They inbound to Rarick. over to Hart, over to Wheeler down the sideline. Wheeler looks up to Mallett, back to Wheeler. Borden able to break that press pretty easily. Around the horn over to Mullen. Mullen's looking across to Mallett. Mallett for three and good. Again, I wonder if Borden's going to turn around and press as well. They're going to go do a 2-2-1 kind of press. Maddie Smith able to break the press, gets it up to Honor. Honor drives baseline, going up against Wheeler. Finds Burton. Burton going up. He trips, and then ends up in the hands of Addie Smith. And the ball's going to get poked out of bounds. It's going to be Borden basketball. Sorry, it's going to be Eastern basketball. It's poked out. They said just say that it was off Mallett there. I thought Addie get that out. Inbound to Avery, gets it into Sydney Burton. She's going up against Hart. Tries to go to the right side. I don't know exactly what she's doing. She's going to get blocked there by Hart. Rarick looking to run the other way. Gets it to Mallett. Finds Wheeler. Around the top of the key. Back to Mallett. Eastern in a man-to-man right now. Hart there, top of the key. Goes to Mullen on the wing. Borden trying to set up the play. Mallett's going to be a ball screen. Mallett's going to fire for three. No good. It's going to be rebound. It's going to be rebound Avery Smith. And Addie's going to bring it up. Borden with a 3-0 advantage. 6:20 to play here in the first quarter. You'd like to see Eastern get some ball movement here. It's going to be back to Honor for three and good. There's a little flare screen there. There's going to be a turnover. Rare just dribbled right into Addie Smith. Addie's going to take it. Addie's going to take it the other way. She's going to miss the layup. She's going to get her own rebound. The Burton from the free throw line, no good. Rebound Addie Smith again. She's going to get it back to Burton. Burton's going to get into the lane, kicks it to Avery Smith. Avery baseline drive. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound there by Hart. Barrett's looking to run. Gets it up to Mallett, over to Wheeler. Again, 3-3. You can see probably both teams wanting to play with a little bit of pace here, but also making sure that we just don't get silly turnovers. Wheeler and Barrett really fighting inside. Wheeler kind of throws up a prayer there. Didn't like the contact. She's just going to just throw it up. Avery Smith going the other way. And they're going to get Avery Smith for an offensive foul. She was going, Mallett had pretty good position. There's a little bit of contact. Avery's got to just make a move. Get by her. Borden able to break the press over the top to Wheeler. Goes into Hart, back to Wheeler. Eastern going to kind of a jump, a half-court trap there. They're going to try to get it over to Mullen. Avery had a piece of it, but Mullen ended up back in her hands. Mullen lays it in for two. And Borden takes a 2-point advantage. Avery throws it away. Hart able to pick off that long pass. Rarick for three, no good, air ball. Mallett tried to save it off the bottom of the backboard. Avery was trying to look for that diagonal on the press and just didn't get nearly enough ump on it. And really hard. Borden in a 2-2-1 press right now. Addie Smith on the inbound. Finds Burton. Burton throws it across to Katie Honor. Pulls it back out to Sterrett. And we're across half court. 4:20 to play here in this first quarter. Avery out on the wing. Coach Drury's calling for a specific set. I think they're thinking that they can isolate somebody. Eastern being extremely patient right now. Borden really just playing off of them. A little surprised. I know Borden does a lot of half-court traps, the 1-3-1 and that kind of stuff. Really just kind of playing off in their man. Honor on the drive, you find Burton. Burton finds Avery Smith. Honor back on the drive, finds Addie Smith. Addie gets into the lane and lays it in. I do think credit should go to Honor there. Honor had just a beautiful screen there. Borden able to break the press, finds Wheeler. Gets it up to Hart. Hart goes over the top to Mullen. She had a layup, but she mishandled it. going to pull it back out. Tries to find Hart. It's going to be turned over to Starrett with the steal. Addie Smith looking to bring it up, going up against Rarick. Nice drive there by Addie, and she's able to finish over the long arms of Riley Rarick. Borden able to break the press. Ended up in the hands of Mullen, and I think it's going to be on Avery Smith looking for that back tip. It's going to be on Avery. It's going to be her. That's going to be her second foul. That's a tough load for the Musketeers. Looks like Schleicher's going to check in for Borden. And Mallet, that's going to be Wheeler taking a seat real quick. Borden's ball. Eastern with a 7-time advantage. 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Looks like Bailey Robbins checked in to the game for the Musketeers. It's going to be Rarick on the wing. Trying to find Hart. They've got a little screen roll action for Hart, and she just threw it way too far over Hart's head. She wasn't able to handle it. Coach Vic calling off the press, saying, hey, just get back and play defense. Looks like Borden's in a man-to-man right now. I know it looks like they are going to go to that 1-3-1, which we've seen quite a bit of out of Borden. Avery able to split that one. Ball went out of bounds. Oh, the officials were talking. Looks like Avery tried to pass the ball to the wing. Addie tried to pass it to the wing. It didn't look like anybody touched it, but they were just making sure, refs confirming that nobody touched the ball. It's going to be a Borden basketball. Again, those are those kind of silly turnovers you got to be careful of. Eastern in a man-to-man. A little ball screen there. Rarick into the lane. No good. Rebound there by Starrett. And they're going to get a jump ball there. That is going to be Eastern basketball. And that's one thing that Eliza definitely brings to this team is just that toughness on the glass. You know, she's going to fight for any rebound against anybody of any size, height. She's going to get it. More than that 1-3-1. A lot of times I thought Rarick kind of played up top, but they got Schleicher up front. Kick to Horner. Horner for three, no good. And then they're going to get Robbins for a foul. Those are the ones that kind of drive you crazy. Again, in that particular case, Rarick, who's 6 foot tall, had the rebound when Robbins was in there kind of flat side her. They're going to get an easy call. Each one's 7-5 advantage. Just over 2 minutes to play. High ball screen. Rarick comes off the screen. A lot of contact. He's going to get to the rim for 2. I think we're going to have to figure out how we're going to hedge on that screen because she's able to get all the way to the rim. They're going to get Starrett there for an illegal screen, which is definitely the right call. She's just moving the entire time. Trying to set a ball screen there for Addie. And maybe that's what she wanted to do, but she's got to get set. She can't be moving on that screen. Wheeler's going to check back into the game. That's going to be Mullen taking a step out. And here's one of those things. You've got the two guards up front, and then you've got 6 foot, 6 foot. Wheeler's going to try to play inside a little bit. High ball screen there for Rarick. Pulls up from about 15. No block out there. Hart's going to get the offensive rebound, and she's going to put it back in for 2. Sydney just did not get a block out there. That's tough. And Borden's going to take a 2-point advantage. Ball in the corner to Horner. Tries to drive baseline. Going to be stripped by Wheeler. Borden running the other way. Tries to get it to Hart. Hart goes off the bottom of the backboard. Ends up in the hands of Addie Smith. That's going to be Robbins for 3. And that's going to be, again, the same action. Mallet had the rebound, and Horner just kind of goes up and slaps at her. So kind of a silly foul. That's 2 silly fouls. And I think it's going to be 5. So, again, this team does not need any breaks. You know, and now you've got five fouls. I did say Bailey Traynor checked into the game for the Musketeers. The 5 fouls are going to put A.J. Mallet at the line. Their first one is good. This is one I'm sure at the quarter that Coach Drury's going to have something to say about. Just knock off the silly stuff. It's one thing when they're playing aggressive and then trying to get a stop, but some of the 2 of these have just been just kind of silly. misses the second one. Rebounded there by Burton. Looks like Robbins trying to get the ball ahead. Is going to be tipped out of bounds by Borden. Eastern basketball. Borden with a 10-7 advantage on the Musketeers. Just over a minute to play here in this first quarter. Ball in the corner to Robbins. Robbins thought about three, gets it into Burton. Burton steps through, gets stripped. It looks like Mallett on the strip, but was able to strip it off of Burton's leg. Ball's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be back to Borden. Again, I think Coach Drew is going to have something to say about some of these turnovers. Again, it's going to be tough to beat a team of this caliber with these kind of turnovers. Mallett trips, being guarded there by Robbins. Greg being guarded there by Addie Smith. Wheeler on the wing, going up against Honor. Trying to work back, spins back, left hand, no good. Rebounded there by Burton. I haven't seen Wheeler this year, but definitely not the same quickness she had a year ago. Trainer for three. No good. It's going to be rebounded there by Robbins. Finds Addie Smith. She's going to get into the lane. Pulls up a little runner. No good. Rebound of Rarick. Man, she's just got such long arms. Rarick looking to run. Finds Mallett. And Mallett's going to get fouled hard there by Robbins. And she's going to go back to the line for two. Robbins, I think that's her second. Yeah, Robbins is definitely not going to let her get that shot off. One of the things that you see in Riley Rarick, if she does get a rebound, one, she's got such long arms, and she's off to the races. If she gets it, she's gone, and she's going the other way. And so it's something you just got to be very aware of. You know, if she gets a rebound, we've got to make sure that we've got at least one getting back. Bowen's going to check back into Borden. But although Rarick didn't get the points there, he was able to create an easy opportunity for Mallett. And Mallett makes both. And Borden's going to take a 12-7 advantage. 7.5 seconds left to play. Easter up the sideline, finds Burton on the post. Left hand, no good. Burton gets her own rebound, kicks, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. First quarter is going to be the Borden Braves over the Lady Musketeers, 12-7. We are going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the second quarter. This is Lady Musketeer basketball on WFLM.
At Papa John's, get your everyday favorites for just $6.99 each when you order 2 or more items from the Papa Pairings menu. When you order more, you save more. Choose from medium one-topping pizzas, boneless or traditional wings, papadillas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, garlic knots, and desserts. It's easy to order all your favorites when they're just $6.99 each. So the next time your friends come over to eat your food, check out the Papa Pairings menu to save. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
And we're back here at Borden High School. Again, the Lady Musketeers down 7-12 against the defending state champions, Borden Braves. Again, that first quarter, it's one of those things. If you just told me it was any first quarter, Rarick's got 2, Wheeler's got 0, we're going to be in the game. We're going to have a shot. And don't get me wrong, we're definitely in the game. But Mallett's got 6 of their first 12, hits the 3, and then gets to the line for another 3 points there. Right now, again, Rarick's making it happen for everyone else. Really have a couple missed blockouts. Definitely cost us at least 4 points. 4 points in those second chance opportunities. I'm sure Coach Drury had something to say about that. And then on the offensive end, we've just got to take care of the basketball. So it's one thing when we're playing aggressive, but some of these turnovers are just kind of silly. You got to be able to take care of that if you're going to be successful in a game like this. Nice pass there by Rarick over the top, shooting ball, and again, just Eastern kind of coming out into a zone look and just threw her over the top. Borden going to that 1-3-1 with Rarick up top. Eastern trying to pass the ball down in the corner. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. This is the look that I've seen the most out of Borden is to put Rarick up top in that 1-3-1, and just her long arms really kind of force you into a lot of decisions. Borden looks like they're going back to that zone or kind of that 1-3-1. They shrink it in, and now they're going to kind of extend it back out. High ball screen for Honor. Honor is holding it. They're just kind of letting her sit. They're going to get the trainer in the corner. Borden does a nice job of just kind of baiting you. They're not going to put pressure on you. They're going to wait till you make the pass. Burton for a little 15-footer on the baseline. No good. Rebound Wheeler. She's going to look to run. Up to Rarick. Back to Wheeler. Wheeler's going to fire for three. No good. It's going to be a rebound, Addie Smith. She finds Sterrett full court. Nice pass there by Addie. Sterrett's able to finish. We could take a couple of those. And Coach Vick is saying, slow down. 14-9 in favor of the Braves. Wheeler on the wing. Being guarded there by Sterrett. They just kind of keep going to this high ball screen action. Rarick up top finds Wheeler. Again, being guarded by Sterrett. Going to be Mullen. It's going to be Hart there on the wing. She's going to go up against Burton. A lot of contact, no call there. Burton went to the ground. That's one of those tough ones. It's either a charge or block or a flop, but no call and it is out of bounds. Going to stay with Borden. A direct inbound right to Hart, and Hart's going to lay it in. Again, that's one of those plays. If you don't have enough contact on the defender, you're just going to get an easy bucket. That's exactly what happened. Hart gets an 82. 16-9 in favor of the Braves. Ball down the corner to Honor. Honor gets into the lane. Nice drive there. Not able to finish. It's like Burton tipped it out of bounds. That's one you got it. Katie does a nice job. Gets all the way down. Gets all the way to the rim. And just puts it off the back of the rim. This Bruce saying, hey, let's get a stop. Let's turn it into some defensive pressure here. Eastern in man-to-man. Rarick up top. Hand off to Mallett. Mallett going up against Trainer. Good block out there by Burton that time. Rebound's going to come out to Honor. Addie Smith brings it up. She's going to go all the way to the rim. She's going to get blocked there by Wheeler. That's one of those, I think, anytime you're in the lane against these guys, you're going to have to do a pump fake. So I think Wheeler, Rarick, I think all three of them, they're going to go for that fake and then get them off their feet and then get to the line. 16-9 in favor of the Borden Braves. Trainer going up against a much bigger Hart. Hands off to Honor, not to Addie Smith. Going up against Rarick. Addie gets just hammered by Rarick. Addie's going to get to the line for two. Good drive there. Does a nice job of just forcing that contact. If Rarick has the ball, I think she leaves her feet pretty much every single time. I think she's very susceptible to foul trouble. Rarick's going to pick up her second. It could be an issue for this team down the stretch. Can we get to their bench? Really, they play 6 and really maybe 7 a little bit. They don't play much beyond that. Addie Smith's going to hit her first one. Well, can we get to the line? One, get some easy points, but two, put them in a situation where they've got to either decide they're going to have to either go for it or they're going to give you maybe an easier pass. And Addie hits her second one, cut this to 5. Eastern trying to press. Borden goes right over the top of Mullen. Brings it back out to Rarick. Finds Mallett in the corner for 3. No good. Rebounded there by Avery Smith. Goodness gracious, he got hammered by Hart. I didn't think that they were going to call it, but they did call it. That's going to be a foul there on Emma Hart. Nice rebound there by Avery Smith. Again, good strong rebound there. Again, a game like this is one of those where we got to be strong with every possession, every time your hand touches the ball. High ball screen there for Addie Smith. She gets it to Honor. Honor out top to Trainer. Trainer's going to be kicked like a soccer ball into the crowd by Wheeler. Well, Trainer trying to make a little bounce pass on the wing. Wheeler almost had a field goal there. Schleicher's going to check in for Mullen. Ball inbounded to Avery. Back to her sister Addie. High ball screen for Addie. She's going to try to get into the lane. Kicks out the Trainer. Back to Addie Smith. Addie for 3. No good. Rebounded there by Wheeler. Wheeler looking to run. She pulls out half court, finds Hart wide open underneath. There's just a miscommunication there. somebody didn't match up. Barrett was trying to chase the ball down, and somebody just left him a wide open underneath. Addie finds Trainer in the corner. She's going to try a three, and she's going to get blocked by Riley Ware. This man, just her length and her ability to contest shots is impressive. 18-11 in favor of the Braves. We'd like to see Eastern go on a little run here, see if we can't cut this to 3 or 4 points here going in the half. Ball to Trainer, there to Horner. Horner's going to get into the lane. Going to be back tip there by Mallard. Oh, I don't know about that call. There was a kind of a loose ball scramble, and they're going to call Avery Smith for a foul. It's just a weak call. And that is going to be a timeout for Borden. That's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll say right here, again, you had kind of a scramble play. Looks like Mallard got a back tip there on Horner. It bounced around. It ended up in somebody's hands and back tip again. And then you had Avery and Riley Ware kind of going in the same direction. Neither had control, and then they kind of run into each other. But Ware ends up with the ball, and they're going to get Avery. That's going to be Avery's third foul, which is very costly for the Musketeers. Again, she just brings so much defensive physicalness and defensive rebounding to us. She just does so many things for us that don't always show up in the scorebook, but really brings just a whole other weapon to us. Looks like I think Burton's checking back in for Avery. 4:12 to play here. 18-11 in favor of the Braves. Mallard up top, high ball screen. Gets it to Wheeler. Hand off to Rarick. Rarick's going to kind of throw up a prayer. No good. Hart's going to get the rebound. No block out. She's going to kick out to Mallard for three. No good. And that ball's going to go out of bounds. This is one I never want to pick on anybody, but Sydney, you got to block out. You can't just assume it's going to come to you. We got to get blocked out every single time. Again, these second chance points. I think I know a 4, maybe 6. It's maybe the difference of the game right now. It's going to be Trainer on the corner, being trapped there, and I think they're going to get Wheeler on a foul, which is definitely the right call. I had the same thing from up here. Wheeler had her hand inside of Trainer's arm. Trainer tries. Crowd wanted a jump ball, but official I think had the right call there. Had the right look. He's right there on it. I know that I don't always agree with the officials, but I think he had the right call there. Avery Smith gets it into Eliza, gets it for Addie Smith over across court to Trainer, over to Horner. Horner dribbles in the lane, back to Addie Smith, into Trainer. Trainer hand off to Horner. And we got to get some action. Tries to throw it into Burton, and Mallard picks it off. Going the other way, that's going to be Slicer finds Wheeler. Wheeler for three. Air ball. Rebounded there by Burton. Addie Smith going the other way. Gets the ball in the corner to Horner. Horner finds Burton. Burton, I don't know what she's done. She just threw it away. Hart grabs it, goes to Wheeler. Wheeler going the other way. It's going to be kicked out of bounds there by Horner. There on the other end, I think Sydney was going to try to maybe pass to Eliza and realized that she couldn't. She's wide open. I think she's got to turn around and take a little 10-footer. She can knock that down. That's a good shot for her. If they're going to give that to her, just take the points. That's too direct inbound to Hart. Unsuccessful this time. She's good help there by Sterrett. Looking to run. It's going to be Robbins on the corner. She's going to step out of bounds. Coach Drury wanted a foul there on Rarick. Coach Drury did not like that call. It was questionable there. Rarick kind of forced Robbins out of bounds. They're going to get her out of bounds. Again, that would have been costly. It would have been Rarick's third foul. Rarick being guarded there by Addie. Gets it to Mallett. Out top to Mullen. And Sterrett just kind of staying off of Mullen and kind of staying in the lane, saying, hey, go ahead and shoot that. High ball screen there for Rarick. Kick out to Mallett. Mallett for three. No good. Great block out there by Sydney Burton. She's going to come down with the board. Up to Robbins. Robbins cross court to Horner. Horner looking for Burton. Finds Burton. Got a little bump in the back. I assuming that's going to be on Hart. You can see Burton was showing the catch. He just got a little pump. That's going to be Hart's second foul. For both Hart and Rarick with two. Again, could be a big thing if either one of them or both of them could pick up their third in this first half. Could make a big difference in the second half. Inbound to Robbins. There to Addy, gets it into Stairs. Stairs trying to post up. A strip there by Hart. Ball's going to end up back in Robbins' hands. Out to Addie Smith. Corner to Robbins. Tries to throw it into Burton and may throw it right to Mullen. And another kind of silly one up to Rarick. Rarick's going to pull up from about 15. No good. Looks like Mullen got a piece of it. Hunter got a piece of it. They're going to say out of bounds to the Musketeers. Emma Bronner's going to check in for Sydney Burton. 1:51 to play. Again, 18-11 in favor of the Musketeers, or in favor of the Braves. I'd like to see Eastern, again, just put together a couple decent possessions here. High ball screen out of that 1-3-1. Addy driving kick to Hunter. Hunter for three, and good. Again, that's what we needed. Eastern looking to run, and that's going to be Hunter with the steal. Picks off Rarick. She's going to go up the other way. And that's going to be Mallett taking a charge. Again, Hunter's got to be able to make a move. She just kind of tried to just run over her. I think Mallett's got her second charge of the game. Hunter's going to pick up her second foul. I appreciate the aggressiveness there, but it's one of those things you got to be able to make a move. That's too easy for the official to make that call. Eastern standing there man-to-man. Minute and a half to play, 18-14. Fleischer out top, gets it to Mallett. Mallett kick to Rarick. Rarick back out to Mallett, back top of the key to Rarick, being guarded there by Addy. Mallett there on the wing, out the Hart, top of the key. She's going to fire from about 17, no good. That's going to be almost rebounded to Sarah. It's going to be Fleischer in the rebound. Kicks it out to Rarick. And Rarick's going to fire for three. Again, that's that second chance opportunity right there. Got a chance to get that rebound. And whoever had Fleischer that time just did not get a block out. Stairs got a great block out on her man. And whoever let Fleischer go, she's able to come in and tip it out of there and able to get another opportunity. Eastern's going to call timeout. And I'm sure that Coach Curry is saying, girls, if you want to win this game, you have got to rebound the basketball. You got to block out. You got to have a commitment to blocking out every single possession. Because again, these second chance points are lethal. It is so hard to win basketball games if you're not gonna control the glass. So again, just a 7-point disadvantage, just under a minute, 56 seconds to play. Borden on top, 21-14. Sorry, 21-14. Again, we'd like to see Eastern close out with a couple solid possessions. Can we get this down to a single possession or two possession game? Again, just get a couple good looks at the basket and take care of the basketball. Borden staying in that 1-3-1. They got Schweitzer out top right now. Addie's going to try to get in the lane, kicks it to Trainer. Trainer gets it back to Addie Smith. Trainer over to Robbins. Robbins back out top. Again, Borden just they look for those trapping spots pretty much every time they get it. Addie, nice pass there to Eliza. Tough shot. Tough shot there. No good. I don't see the call. They're going to get 11. That's going to be Mallett for a foul. I didn't see it was on the rebound. I don't know if it was a hold on Barrett or what. Oh, that is going to put Eastern in the bonus. Which, again, maybe a chance to get some easy points. It is going to be Sparrow going to the line. I didn't see exactly what happened there. There was just kind of everybody's going for the ball. I have to assume that Mallett grabbed a hold of Sparrow because once she decides she's going for the rebound, she's not coughing it up. Sparrow's first one is no good. Hart's going to check back into the game for Borden. And Sarah's going to go to the line for her second free throw. Shot is up, and that one is good. And this game is a 6-point game, 21-15. bringing it up, and I think Coach Vick's saying just slow down. I think they're happy to just play for one shot right now. 20 seconds to play. Wheeler out top, being guarded by Sterritt. Back to Warrick up top, over to Mallett. Mallett just kind of threw Robbins to the ground. They're going to come back to the corner for Mallett. Three, no good. They're going to get, oh my goodness gracious. A lot of contact there. There's a handoff there to Maddie Smith, and Mallett just nailed her. But that time's kind of expiring, but man, Coach Drury did not like that. That's going to be the end of the first half. 21-15 in favor of the Borden Braves. Eastern putting up 8 that quarter, and then Borden putting up 9 a quarter. That is going to be in the first half. We're going to cut to a couple commercials. We'll be back with thoughts on the first half of this basketball game. This is the Eastern Musketeers High School Sports Halftime Report on WSLM, brought to you by these sponsors.
If you're living with back or neck pain, even the simplest tasks can feel overwhelming, but Expert Relief is closer than you think. Schneck now offers 2 specialized practices for spine care, Schneck Neurosurgery and Schneck Orthopedic Spine, giving you access to a full spectrum of advanced treatment options right here at home. We're proud to highlight Dr. Matthew Stanfield, a highly skilled neurosurgeon with over 25 years of experience and leader of Schneck Neurosurgery, renowned for its expertise in treating complex spinal conditions. Schneck Spine Care Program proudly welcomes Dr. Kenneth McKinley, a board-certified orthopedic spine surgeon with over a decade of experience, who now leads Schneck Orthopedic Spine. Together, these 2 practices bring you comprehensive spine care, from advanced imaging and non-surgical therapies to expert surgical solutions, all tailored to your unique needs. And because it's Schneck, you'll receive compassionate, high-quality care without having to travel far. Visit schneckmed.org to learn more. Schneck Orthopedic Spine and Schneck Neurosurgery, expert spine care, close to home.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. By Duke Energy shareholders.
When it comes to getting the job done right, from driveways to bridge work and paving to construction and excavating, there's one name you can count on: Temple & Temple Excavating. Serving homeowners and also handling big jobs for city, county, and state highway projects, they've built a reputation on quality work since 1948. Driveways, construction, demolition. If you need it moved, cleared, built, or torn down, call Temple & Temple Excavating at 812-883-6644. Temple & Temple have been supporting Washington County for 77 years, one project at a time. Call Temple & Temple today at 812-883-6644 or find them online at templeandtemple.com, where you can also apply for job opportunities.
And we're back here at Borden High School. Some thoughts about the first half in just a few minutes. Tonight, just lots of action in the area. Again, Austin playing at Salem tonight. And good luck to the Lions there. Brownstown playing at North Harrison tonight. We have Christian Academy of Madison playing at Crothersville tonight. That would be conference, one of our conference opponents. See what else we've got going on tonight. Looking at Hitterville's playing at Clarksville tonight in a conference game. Let's see. Scottsburg playing at Jeff tonight. That game has got postponed due to weather this week. They were able to find a night to get that one in. So again, just one of those. It's been our hats off to all of the ADs again this week. I'm sure it's just absolutely crazy with again with all the cancellations and move this and with the girls team just with 1 week left in the season. This being the last week, again, there's just no date, so it's either cancel or sometimes you got to cancel a non-conference game to plug in a conference game, and it creates all kinds of havoc for them. So hats off to all of the guys in the area. I know most of the ADs in the area, and just really just great guys that just do a great job and put a lot of pride in what they do. So we got Sean Smith, Toby Cheatham, Mary Borden. Both guys just do a fantastic job. So I know that they don't get a lot of credit and definitely don't get a whole lot of thanks, but I just will say publicly, just both of them do just a fantastic job to make things like tonight happen. And again, I'm sure that you got this kind of stuff happening all over Indiana, but especially the South, where we got it with such snow and such weather. Hopefully we're looking back to some normalcy next week. I know, as far as I know, I think Eastern will already canceled for tomorrow. I do not know about some of the other schools in the area. So really just a whole week of abnormal e-learning and at-home learning or virtual synchronous, on-synchronous, all that stuff. I'm sure these girls were excited. Really, both teams not really able to practice much this week. You wonder what that was going to do to both teams, just not having the same preparation week and not the same scouting time, scouting reports, and that kind of stuff. And then also not being able to see these teams, that last time or whatever. Both of these teams were supposed to play earlier this week. Eastern was supposed to play Paoli, and then I think Borden was supposed to play earlier this week as well. I think, they had a game canceled with West Washington on Tuesday. So games that, both coaches probably would have liked to go see in person and see, or at least get another film session on. You kind of take all that out, kind of changes the tenor of everything. So back to this particular game, again, it's really just, it's been a matter of two things. And one I didn't mention at the top of the broadcast, and one that I did. I think it really comes down to turnovers and rebounds. Both teams playing fairly solid defensively. But really, it's come down to turnovers and rebounds. Both teams forcing each other into some silly turnovers. We've had a couple of decent turnovers against in our press against Borden. But Borden has been able to break our press most of the time. In the half court, we've been able to just turn it over several times. There's a couple thrown out of bounds, or a ball off a foot, or just a back tip. And both teams kind of live and thrive off of deflections. And as teams are trying to use their length and get a piece of the ball and just kind of create that chaos, it's really, I don't have a stat on this, but I'm sure both coaches that's going to be a point of emphasis at halftime is ladies, you got to take care of the basketball. Now, for me, the side of the game, again, I wish I had a number on this. It's got to be the offensive rebounding. Eastern's been able to get a couple offensive rebounds for fullbacks. Borden has had several. I think that their lead right now is really all just offensive fullbacks right now. I know Hart's had two. We had a one back for that where Rare got that three there in the second quarter. Again, I think the difference of the game right now is just our ability to control the glass. I think that's going to be key. The second half, I wish I had enough talent to be able to stat all that and bring you the broadcast at the same time, but I'm not that talented. But again, it's something that I think both teams are going to have to work on. You want to win games like this against quality opponents. This is a no-brainer. You got to do everything you can to control the rebound, control the glass, and then you got to limit turnovers. And you do those things, you can win a whole lot of ball games. And you think about what it takes for postseason success, and those two are typically top of the list for any coach. Control the glass and limit turnovers. And really, that's going to be, I think, as both these teams look to next week. I know, again, Borden's got one more game, but as they look to next week, I think that's the message that both coaches are sending. Hey, girls got to take care of the ball. We've got to rebound. Sometimes that's a positioning, but most of the time that's just a desire. That's a want. That's a will. The person who wants that board the most is going to get it. You see it with Eliza, not the tallest player on the floor. She's outsized by half the people on the floor, but when she decides she's going to go get it, she's going to go get it. And nothing's going to stop her from getting that. She's going to get in there and bang and push and shove until she controls that glass. So again, we'll kind of see what this is going to look like in the second half. So some stats for the first half. First one for Borden. Riley Ware ended up with 5 in that first half. Mullen ended up with 4. Mallett had 6 in that first quarter, and I don't know that she got a couple shots in that second quarter, but did not score, so just into the 6. And Emma Hart was 6. Wheeler did not score in that first half, which was a little surprising to me. Really just wasn't the key to their offense, other than just a couple times where they kind of isolated her. Really didn't look to her much at all. For the Musketeers, Addie Smith had 6. Katie Hunter had 2 threes for 6, and then Stairs had 3. So there's our 15, just 3 scores. Burton scoreless this so far. Robin scoreless so far. These are things that typically, again, we are very strong when we're getting 3 and 4 girls in double figures. So who's going to be that 4th girl kind of step up and be able to put some points on the board for us? We're going to cut to a real quick commercial break, and we will be right back with the second half. This is Lady Musketeers basketball on WFLN.
The Hoosiers of Clemson.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with some skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
And we're back here to start the second half. Looks like both teams going back with their starters. Eastern with Addie and Avery Smith, Liza Ferret, Sydney Burton, and Katie Honor. Borden going back with, it's going to be, let's see, Rarick, Wheeler, Mullen, Hart, and Mallard. Borden staying in that 1-3-1. Eastern gets the ball into Burton. Burton finds Ferret. Ferret's going to travel. I like the idea there, trying to get that post-to-post action. I think Sarah and Burton can be effective in there if they can just find a way to work together, get some screening in there, and get some easy points, because Borden put so much pressure up front, but I think they're very successful in that back line. Susceptible, sorry. Borden out top to Hart, gets it to one to Rarick. Trying to get the ball in the right out to Mallett, out top of the key, over to Hart. Little flex screen, trying to get Mullen on the backside. Wheeler top of the key, out the Hart. She's going to drive. Out the kick to Mallett. Mallett for 3, no good. Good block out there by Avery. Addie Smith calls rebound. Gets the ball up to Honor. Honor's going to try to get to the lane. Over to Burton. Burton out to going to be out to Avery. Over in the corner to Honor. Honor for 3, no good. Rebound jumps around and ends up in Burton's hands. He's going to be stripped there by Mallard. Burton had a wide open layup, and I don't think she was how open she was. Mallard just reaches in there and makes a smart play and knocks it out of her hands. That's going to be a jump ball. It's going to be Borden basketball. Rarick up top, looks like Eastern in man-to-man right now. And I don't know what just happened. Rarick tried to throw the ball to Mallard, and Mallard just was not paying attention. The ball went right through her hands, out of bounds. For a silly turnover, it's going to be Eastern basketball. We will take it anytime we can get an easy one there. 21-15 in favor of the Braves. Addie out top, guarded by Rarick. Kicks to Honor. Back out to Addie. Borden got in that 1-3-1. And just they don't put a ton of pressure on the ball. They're just waiting for you to make a mistake, and then they're going to try to get a trap. He's working the ball around, back to Honor, back to Addie, back to Honor. Honor, nice move on the drive. She splits 2 defenders, and she's going to get fouled. Looks like there by Mallard. That foul is going to be on Mallard, her second. So Rarick, Mallard, and Hart with 2, and that's going to be Honor getting to the rim. So I like the attack right there. It's somebody trying to get to the rim, and I know this board is long, and they are going to clamp down, but if you can split that trap, whether off the dribble, off the pass, whatever, you can split that, you're going to have a 2-on-1, and so Honor able to split that trap, ends up going one-on-one. Honor's going to put both free throws in, cut this to a 4-point game. Rarick bringing the ball up for the Lady Braves. One thing you see with Borden, they just get a lot of interior screening. Hart with a nice up and under move. He's gonna put that one in. Get a lot of interior screening there, and they just keep working that until somebody's open. They got Hart open there. Eastern gets it to Honor, kicks it there to Sterrett, gets it to Avery. Avery on the drive, no good. It's gonna be rebounded there by Hart. Rarick tries to get it up to Wheeler. She's going to toss it out to Mallard. Mallard's going to drive. She doesn't take the 3, and Mallard's going to lay it in for 2. Mallard had a 3. He decided to take it, which is not common for her. She likes it. She shoots a lot. I think Sarah on the last one, she had a layup. She just got to turn and score. Gets the ball into Burton. Burton tries to drive baseline. They're going to get a blocking foul there on that. The call came from the ref on the other side of the court, which I never love that. They're going to get it's going to be Mullen for her first foul. It's just such an awkward angle to make that call. Bailey Robbins going to check into the game for Eastern, for Burton. Eastern gets the ball into Sterrett. There to Robbins. Back to Addie Smith. There to Robbins. Robbins being guarded by Hart. Maybe something we can exploit if Robbins can get her off the dribble. Sterrett trying to drive. Gets it to Addie Smith. Addie being double teamed there. Tries to throw it back to Sterrett. Throws it away. Mullen with the steal. So she's going to pull it out. Gets it to Mallett. Mallett out to Wheeler. Wheeler cuts back. And she's going to put it in for two. And Coach Drew is going to call a timeout. Gordon with a 6-0 run. That is going to be it. We're going to call a quick timeout. We'll be right back with Lady Musketeer basketball on WSOM.
High school sports are different, especially in Indiana. And these Hoosier student athletes couldn't agree more.
We all know the saying, in 49 states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Well, the same is true for all high school sports in Indiana, like volleyball, and soccer, and softball, and track, and so many more. We're passionate about high school sports in Indiana. They're an undeniable part of our state's culture. They're woven into the DNA of our communities. It's what we dedicate our time to. It's what brings us all together. It's what we celebrate. And as a high school student athlete, that's a pretty special environment to grow in, representing your school and having your entire community behind you. Being a high school student athlete in Indiana is something we never take for granted. And it's an experience we'll never forget either.
I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knight. Support Hoosier student athletes like these by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is who we are. This is Indiana. This is your IHSA.
And we're back here at Borden High School. Looks like Schleicher's going to check in for the Braves. Again, we talked about halftime. Just can we take care of the basketball? I think Eastern had 3 turnovers here in this first 3 minutes, and Borden's going to go on a 6-0 run to extend their lead to 10, 27-17 right now. Eastern's offense not getting a whole lot done right now. Addie Smith brings it up against this 1-3-1. Back to Honor, back to Addie. In the corner to Robbins. Robbins going to fire for 3. No good. Rebounded there by Rarick. Rarick's going to look to run. She's going to try to go all the way to the rim. Kind of contorts her body, and she's going to put it in. She's going to score her first points of the half. Send this lead to 12. Down the corner to Robbins. Robbins trying to draw a foul there on Mallett, and then just throws it off of Hart. Inbound there, direct to Avery. Avery going up against Mallett. And Mallett's going to push her out of the way. That is going to be third foul on A.J. Mallett. The crowd does not like that one because their hands were up, but that's not the rule. Nice cut there by Sterrett. Not able to finish. Addie finds her, misses the layup. Rarick looking to run, pulls up about 15. No good. Rebounded there by Avery Smith. She's going to look. She's going to try to get it up to Honor. That's going to be Rarick for a foul. That's going to be Rarick's third foul. Being a little bit aggressive. Coach Rick goes, he's like, what are we doing? So Rarick's got 3, Mallett's got 3. Again, could be a factor here going into the second half. Borden by 12. Down in the corner to Honor. Back out to Addie Smith. Addie trying to get into the lane. Gets it to Honor. Honor for 3. And good. Well, that's one of those things. The difference there is it wasn't just one pass and kick. We were able to get all the way down to right in the middle of the lane and just almost completely collapse the defense. Now we're just catching and firing. The last couple of plays is just kind of turning. It's going to be a good pass there by Mallett to Schleicher. And Robbins is going to end up with a block. Good athletic play there by Bailey Robbins. Eastern kind of a man-to-man out of bounds. Merrick to inbound. Goes out top to Mallard. Trying to get to Rarick. Rarick's trying to try to drive. Gets to Wheeler on the wing. He's going to fire connector three. And Coach Vick is going to call a timeout. He saw something he wants to address. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. This is Lady Musketeers basketball on WSLM.
We're here at McDonald's Gymnasium, and we're ready for the starting lineup for tonight's big game. The crowd is on their feet, and they're going wild. The team is coming onto the court. Here comes the quarter pounder with cheese, along with the spicy McCrispy and the McDouble. And starting at center tonight will be the Big Mac. And ready to come into the game at any time is a play of fish. Look on the sideline, folks. We have chicken nuggets cheering along with the golden delicious fries. They're hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into McDonald's in Salem, West Baden, and Mitchell before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink and that one-of-a-kind Mickey D's sweet tea. Or hot or cold coffee drinks from the McCafe. Order inside or drive through now with the 2 lanes and use the mobile app for great deals. And get your food delivered at home or at the curbside. You can order at halftime and enjoy that one-of-a-kind taste without missing the next play. Set a pick and roll on into McDonald's today. You'll be loving it too. Drive-thru open from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. And don't forget to catch WSLM's Coach's Corner live at McDonald's in Salem on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. I'm loving it.
And we're back here at Borden High School. Borden with a 32-20 lead over the Lady Musketeers. Just over 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Robin's going to be on the wing. She's kind of driving in each. Borden staying in that 1-3-1. Again, they just kind of sag everything. They're not going to put a lot of pressure on the ball. They're just kind of sagging everything. Robbins picks it up, and everybody's kind of playing for the pass. Addie on the drive, kicks out to Honor, back out to Addie. Honor in the wing, gets it to Avery on the short corner. Nice pass there to Eliza Sarah. No good on the layup. Avery gets it and puts it in. Good recognition on the first one. I know Eliza missed it, but again, good interior passing there. Merrick runs, finds Wheeler in the corner for three, and she's going to connect again. Wheeler was just a quiet, non-existent first half. Has got 8 points in this quarter, 2 threes and a 2. Patty Smith's going to get in the lane. Able to get, no, can't connect. She's going to get blocked on the second one. Merrick's looking to run the other way, and she's going to put it in for 2. Addie looking to bring it up. She's going to get fouled there by Wheeler. Her second. I think she had a second. So Rarick was kind of right in her hip. I think if Addie can recognize that and kind of cut her off a little bit, got a good chance to pick up Rarick's fourth foul. Coach Drury is not happy about something. That is going to put Eastern in the bonus. This is the crowd's favorite. It's 5-0 right now. Addie Smith's going to go to the line for 2. Got a chance to really cut into his lead. You got still got 2 minutes to play here in this third quarter. We're in the bonus. That's going to be the third foul. Sorry, just the second foul on Wheeler. No, they're saying that's her third foul. So she's got 3 as well. Addie Smith not connected on the second one. 14-point advantage for the Lady Braves. Wheeler bringing it up. Gets into the wing to Mullen. Mullen cross court to Slicer. Slicer gets into the lane, pulls up. No good. Going to be, looks like a jump ball there between Robbins and Mullen. Mullen, I think, thought she had it easy, and Robbins kind of came out of nowhere and ties her up. And I think Eastern's got to get this to single digits here in this last minute and a half. Can we go on a little 6-0 run? Can we connect, maybe get into our press? We haven't been able to press much this quarter. Avery back to Addie. Gets it to Robbins. Robbins thought about a 3. Tries to throw cross court. Hit by Wheeler. It's going to be stolen by Rarick. Rarick's going the other way. And she's going to put it in the other end. Addie gets in the lane. And she's going to get It looks like she got stripped. They're going to get a foul on. They're going to get a foul there on Hart. That's going to be her third. And Addie Smith's going to go back to the line for two. There was definitely contact, but I 100% can't see. Once Addie gets into the lane, you get into that. You just can't see from where we are. Addie's first free throw is good. Trainer's going to step in. Trainer's going to check in for Katie Honer. And maybe she can come in here and knock down a couple shots. And I think we got a minute 12 with a bonus again. Can we cut into this lead? Can we cut this down to 10 or less? Addie connects on that second one as well. Nation able to set up their press. Borden gets the ball to side. She gets in the middle. Toss over to Wheeler. Wheeler back to Rarick. Rarick thought about three. Pulls up about 17. No good. And it's going to be an offensive rebound there by Wheeler. Wheeler tries to throw it and ends up taking a couple players with her. That's going to be Slicer for three. No good. Rebound Eastern. Get the ball in the corner to Robbins. Robbins going to fire for three. No good. Rebounded there by Mullins. 39 seconds to play. Wheeler pulls it out. Coach Vic says, slow down. Barrett's going to be out top. He's guarded by Trainer. 25 seconds to play. Cross court over to Hart. 15 seconds to play. Out top to Rarick. Rarick's going up against a much smaller Trainer. Spins back. Burton's right there. Good help side there by Sydney Burton. Addie's going to bring it up the other way. Kick the Trainer. Trainer for three. It looks like it was tipped. No good. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter. Borden on top, 39-25. With 14-point advantage. We are going to cut to a commercial break, and we will be right back with the fourth quarter. This is Lady Musketeers basketball on WSLM.
Hi, this is Becky White from WSLM, and we'd like to all wish you a Happy New Year from all of us staff and management. And thank you for tuning in and making us your home for winter and spring sports. We've got wall-to-wall coverage of local high school girls and boys basketball, plus IU, Purdue, and Indiana Pacers basketball, and the excitement of the IU football team as they head towards the Peach Bowl and a possible national title. And coming up in March, don't forget Reds baseball. And I would like to personally thank you for tuning in to your local radio station, WSLM.
I will apologize for that commercial. I thought that was the right one, but obviously Indiana is not playing in the Peach Bowl. They have won the national championship. For all of you IU fans who know that Becky and Greg back at the station are just absolute diehard IU fans. So they're living an excited life right now, supporting IU. IU basketball coming out with a big win against Purdue this past week. And again, just exciting things happening for Indiana. I know myself, I love basketball season, but I am a diehard baseball fan, so I can't wait for baseball to have pitchers and catchers reporting and getting into the season. So I know the station, they're big Reds fans, but I'm a big Braves fan, so look forward to that. So back to the night. Borden starting the quarter with the ball up by 14. Rarick gets by Addie Smith, kicks out to Mullen. Mullen out to Mallard. You wonder if this is going to be one of those things where Coach Vic says, hey, just put the brakes on, not in the stall, but just overly patient in this fourth quarter and just find a way to win, or if they just kind of keep playing with that same aggressiveness. Rarick's being guarded there by Addie Smith. And a strange 5 seconds. Addie was there. She wasn't putting a lot of pressure on her, but she was there. And Rarick just kind of didn't move. She was looking for a cutter. And they're going to call a 5-second count. So, again, a silly turnover for Borden, but we will 100% take it. Eastern's got to get something happening offensively here. It's going to be a kick ball out of bounds. It's going to be, looks like Hart kicked it. Borden staying in that 1-3-1. Eastern inbounds to Honor. Honor over to Addie Smith. Addie cross court to Trainer. Back to Honor. Honor gets into the lane. Getting split back. I wish that they could see what we see As Hunter makes that drive, she gets by the middle of that 1-3-1 and really collapses two players. Sydney Burton is wide open underneath the basket. I don't know, it's hard to they can't see all that. But Hunter's going to go line 4-2. That is going to be Mallett's fourth foul. Hunter misses the first one. Again, foul trouble could be an issue here in this fourth quarter. You've got Rarick with 3, Wheeler with 3, Mallett with 4, and Hart with 3. Hunter's able to connect on the second one. Cut this to 13. Borden throws it over the top of the press. Mullins bringing it up. She's going to drive in the lane, kicks it out to Hart. You wonder with the foul trouble if Borden doesn't just kind of do more of we're just going to milk the clock pretty much as we can. Pass back and forth and take it as easy as they can just to see if they can't take a minute per possession and finish the game out. Rarick drives, gets it back out to Wheeler. Wheeler hands off back to Rarick. Again, Borden in absolutely no hurry right now. Taking about 30 seconds off the clock right now. Out to Schleicher, over to Hart. Hart looking in the back door to Rarick, gets it in there. Rarick on the backside misses the layup. And rebounded by the Musketeers. 39-26. Addy brings it up, finds Burton. Burton's going to get, I thought he called a jump ball, but he's going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul there on number 5. That's Mullen, her second. It could have been tough. Hart, that would have been her fourth. I will take the call, but I don't know that I love the call there. And Burton got a chance to go to the line for her first points of the game. This is a rare situation for Sydney. And really, our second leading scorer is bringing in 12, 13 points a game. Really not able to get anything going tonight. And maybe this could be a spark to get her going here in this fourth quarter. First free throw is good. She's going to score her first points of the ball game. That's this to 12. Second free throw is up and also good. And it's going to cut it to 11. So Eastern's showing a little bit of life. Borden goes over top of the press, gets it to Wheeler. Out to Schleicher. Over the corner to Mullen. Mullen's going to drive, get in the lane. Going to be tipped out of bounds. Looks like Addie Smith on the back tips on that deflection. She's got such active hands. She just seems to get her hands on everything. She's kind of in on every play and gets a piece of everything. Borden on the inbound gets the ball to Wheeler. Back to Rarick. Trying to look inside to Hart. Wheeler being guarded there by Honor. Back out to Rarick, being guarded by Robbins. Over to Schleicher, being guarded there by Addie Smith. Addie putting great pressure on there, good pressure on the ball. Rarick out top, gets by Robbins, a lot of contact. Rarick's going to pull up for 2, and good. On that play, Rarick kind of tries to go by her. Robbins goes down. And there's going to be a turnover there by Addie Smith, trying to throw the ball up to Robbins, just throws it out of bounds. Eastern had a little bit of life, and kind of a silly turnover there. Looks like Liza Ferris going to check into the game for the Musketeers. 41-28, 5:34 to play. And Eastern could use a couple breaks to go our way, cut this down to single digits and see if we got a chance. Eastern going with just a man-to-man press right now. Hart gets by Burton. She's going to go to the rim. No good. A lot of contact. I'm very surprised no call on Hunter there. Robbins bringing it up, being trapped. Gets it out top to Avery. Corner to Hunter. Hunter's going to try to get in the lane. Kicks it to Avery. Over top to Robbins. Robbins for 3. Had an open look. No good. Rebounded there by Sterrett. Puts it back up. Looks like it was deflected there by Schleicher. Robbins gets a piece of that ball. Ends up in the hands of Sydney Burton. And she's going to put it in for 2. Kind of a pinball situation there, but Eastern cuts this to 11. Wheeler finds Hart for a wide open layup on the other end. And then you start to crawl back and inch back, and then somebody falls asleep back there. Hart taking it easily, extends it back to 13. 4:40 to play. Almost stolen there by Wheeler. Robbins looking to drive, throws up. I don't know what she was looking at. She just kind of chucks it up there. Rarick finds He's going the other way. And they're going to get a foul there on Sydney Burton. They're going to get a foul there on Burton. That's going to just be her first. Rarick in the full court was right there about the free throw line. Again, I didn't see if Sydney wasn't set or not, but Rarick and Burton collided heavily. It was a lot of contact. They're going to get Burton for the foul. Borden with a 13-point advantage. They're going to take the ball out underneath 4:25 to play. Rarick gets the ball inbound to Mullins. Back to the inbounder to Rarick. Out top to Mallett. He checked back in. Oh, Robbins should have had a steal. It was almost threw right to her. A lot of contact there. Back, ends up in the hands of Mallett in the corner. Both teams playing a little bit more physical with a little bit of extra chip right now. Wheeler out top, just holding the ball. Been guarded there by Addie Smith. Gets it to Mallett. Hunter can get up and guard. Back to Rarick. Rarick being guarded there by Robbins. Robbins again fell down. And again, she fell down. Person had to come back and help, and then they're going to get Mullen there for an easy two. Again, you like the pressure there by Robbins, but when she goes down, that means two people got to help. Addie Smith for three, no good. That's going to be a rebound there by Sterrett. They're going to call a foul there on Sterrett. That's her second foul. Just maybe a little too physical. It looked like Mallett ended up on the ground. Borden with a 15-point advantage, 45-30. Eastern in a man-to-man press right now. You don't see a ton of this for Eastern. It's going to be Hart going up against Sterrett in the full court. Hart gets by, gets it up to Wheeler. Coach Vick saying just pull it out. We're just looking for time here. Wheeler being guarded there by Addie Smith. Wheeler got the kick. It was kind of a soft whistle. If they're going to say 5 seconds, Wheeler never broke the plane. Addie stayed right with her the whole time. They're going to say 5 seconds. That's one of those weird ones. People think because he's dribbling around that she's going to break that, but Addie, good defense there by Robbins. Going to fire for three. Quick shot. Rebounded there by Mullen. Gets it to Mallett. Well, that's going to be almost stolen by Horner. And then she's going to be fouled there by Mallett. And I think that's going to be Mallett's fifth. Mallett was frustrated with that call, frustrated with that play. That's going to be it for her. Good read there by Horner. She had the first one, got a piece of it, able to kind of tip it to herself, and then ended up with it underneath the basket. Mallett's just out of frustration. She's going to go foul. She's going to foul out. Almost 3 minutes to play. Katie Horner going to the line 4-2. Mallett has just fouled out. Horner's first one is no good. It looks like Schleicher checked back into the game for Borden. Horner's second free throw also no good. Rebounded there by Wheeler. Gets it up to Schleicher. She's going to look to run. Finds Hart. Hart going up. Finds Mullen. Mullen says pull it back out. Okay. The guy at half court blew whistle. I was like, surely they're going to say a timeout. Borden is going to call a timeout. They got a 15-point advantage with 2:46 to play. We're going to cut to a commercial break. We'll be right back. This is Lady Musketeers basketball on WSLN.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at nights? Check. A second life-size wall sticker, so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh, right, the wall stickers. Check and pay. Bundle your Veteran Auto Insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in the state for situations covered subject to policy terms.
And we're back here at Borden High School. 2:46 to play for the Southern Athletic Conference Championship right now. Borden able to take care of business right so far here in this fourth quarter. The second half being played with quite a bit more pace, especially the third quarter. Borden put up 18 in that first quarter, only 21 in the first half. Eastern put up 10 in that third quarter. Both teams playing a little bit more pace, and then this fourth quarter, it's kind of been the opposite. Both teams, Borden trying to slow things down and eat clock. They've done a pretty good job of taking an extra 20 or 30 seconds off of each play. Eastern just not able to connect. Had a couple good looks and really done it. I feel like stepped up our defensive pressure quite a bit. But a few miscues and a couple of silly turnovers. Not able to chip into this league quite enough. Inbound to Hart, gets it out to Werrick. Werrick being guarded there by Robbins. Werrick gets fired. She's going to go all the way to the rim for an easy two. Not a lot of help side there. She's able just to go right by her. Addie Smith trying to get into the lane. Gets it out to Honor. Honor back out to Addie. Gets it into Avery Smith on the short corner. Avery pulls up, and that's good. We haven't seen a whole lot of that action against the ball in the short corner. Werrick going up the sideline. Tries to kick it to Mullen. Almost threw it overhead. Mullen's able to save the ball, and she's going to try to bring it back out. To get it out to Hart. And they're going to get a foul there on Sterrett. That's going to be her third. 3 fouls apiece here for both teams. Hart on the inbound. Gets the ball into Werrick. Bailey Robbins tries to go for a steal and ends up leaving Werrick wide open on the other side. She's going to find Mullen for a layup. Mullen misses the layup. And that's Hart tries to save it to Mullen. Mullen misses the second layup. Ends up in the hands of Eastern. Edison's bringing it up. Gets into traffic, tries to throw up a left-handed, kicks it out to Horner, gets on a rebound. Horner for 3, no good. That's going to be Avery Smith is going to tie up Mullen right there for a jump ball. And that's going to stay with the Musketeers. Borden fans did not like that one. There's a lot of contact there. Right? I thought Avery Smith, I thought Eliza might have fouled her, but Avery was on the right side of it. Eastern inbound. Gets it back to Addie. Addie tries to get the ball into Avery. Avery's going to try to get the rim. Kicks it to Honor. Honor open for 3. No good. Rebound there by Wheeler. Wheeler going to bring it up. Minute 20 to play. Wheeler gets it to Rarick. Rarick gets in the lane, pulls up, and good. Rarick has really just taken over the second half. Ball ends up in Robbins' hands there in the corner. Addie Smith on the drive. Over to Horner. Horner to Addie. Back to Avery. Nice pass there to Sterrett. Sterrett's going to put it in for 2. Nice ball movement. Again, that's just might be a little too late. Borden able to break the press. Slice her up on the sideline. 49-34 in favor of the Braves. 30 seconds to play. Rarick's going to get to the rim, and she's going to get fouled. Hard hit between her and Avery Smith. Avery Smith, that is going to be her 4th. Oh, we're going to say that foul's on Robbins. Surprised by that one. Avery took a hard hit right there. And Rarick's going to go to the line for 2. 49-34, 28 seconds to play. Riley Rarick at the line. First free throw is good. Ashton Johannesburg going to check in for Avery. Avery took a hard hit on that play. Sure she was okay just at this point. Down 16, just under 30 seconds to play. And Rarick's second one is good. And Borden is going to call a timeout. Looks like 21. So that apparently, with that last assist by Riley Rarick, she has now taken the Borden school record for assists. I don't know if that's in a season or a career. I assume it's a career, but I don't know that. So congratulations to Riley. Again, she's just an absolutely fantastic player, and she just finds a way to get to the rim. I didn't know if she had broken a point record, but they're saying that was an assist record. I'm just curious to see what that number is. Hey, congratulations to Riley Rarick. Borden has this game in hand with 28 seconds to play. Borden up 51-34. Eastern Trainer and Emma Braun are going to check in, as well as Ashley Hangsmeyer. It looks like it's going to be the 21. Peyton Fitz is going to check in for Borden. Robbins up top. She's going to fire for three. No good. Rebound Borden. Fleischer's going to bring it up, and she's probably just going to pull it out and hold it. Gets it over to Wheeler. Wheeler's going to get it over to back to Wheeler. She's going to hold it. And that is going to be the end of the ball game. The final score, the Borden Braves 51 over Lady Musketeers 34. And that's going to be it for today. We're going to cut through a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with some quick thoughts on tonight's game and then talk about the section next week. This is Lady Musketeer Basketball on WSLM.
When conditions get tough, the road to adventure doesn't have to end. Keep driving all winter long on tires you can trust. Between September 24th and December 9th, get $80 via reward card or virtual prepaid card after online submission with the purchase of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires. Available at Washington County Tire Shop in Salem. See www.michelinman.com/auto/deals-promotions-van-rebates for complete details. Offer expires December 9th, 2025.
And we're back here at Borden High School, so congratulations to the Borden Lady Braves. They are going to claim the Southern Athletic Conference Girls Basketball Championship. They are going to be a perfect 7-0. Eastern's going to fall to 6-1 in the conference. On the season, Borden's going to improve to 17-4. Eastern's going to fall to 14-7. I know both teams. This is a great opportunity to kind of get that last test. Borden's got one more on Saturday. They're going to play. It looks like Bedford. I think they got Bedford this weekend. Bedford North Lawrence. Then they will play next week again. They will play South Central in the first game Tuesday night. There's only one game Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. They will play South Central. Meanwhile, the Lady Musketeers will be facing next week. They are hosting the sectional. They are playing Salem, the county rival, on the first game on Wednesday night. Again, Wednesday night, 6 o'clock at Eastern High School. If you're interested in tickets, feel free to contact Sean Smith. I'm pretty confident. I think it's $8 per session, or you can get $20 for the entire session. But again, don't quote me on that. Feel free to call Sean for any information you have. Some stats for tonight. Riley Rarick had 19. Ava Wheeler with 8. McKenna Mullen with 6. Mallard with 8. And Hart with 10. Again, just very balanced all across the board. Just a nice effort by the Lady Braves to come out on top tonight. For Eastern, Sydney Burton with 4. Addie Smith with 9. Connor leading the way with 12 tonight. Avery Smith with 4. And Eliza Sterrett with 5. Again, I think it really came down to that first half. We just couldn't quite get things going, but it really came down to for me, rebounding basketball. I think if we can do just take care of that phase of the game, I think we can be a really big, huge weapon going into this tournament. As we think about winning a sectional on our home court against Tavita Providence, Tavita Crawford, to beat really just anybody in our sectional, to beat Salem in the first night. I think it's one of those keys. We're going to have to control the glass, and you're going to have to limit turnovers. And this is probably a broken record for me. I think if we can do that, I think next week's going to be a good week for us. I think we got a great chance to defend our court and to really push into the regional, and then see what happens. You never know what regional you're going to draw and who you're going to play. We're going to end up going to Austin sectional and maybe see Brownstown again, which we go off to about 3, or you go the other direction and maybe end up seeing a South Knox or a North Knox, some solid teams, or Linton. Again, you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. I think you got to take care of business next week. But I really think it's going to come down to how well we can take care of basketball, and can we rebound the basketball, and then again just what kind of pace can we play at. We've got to be able to turn from defense into offense, and you saw it in a few spurts tonight, and you really kind of seen it throughout the season. where we can kind of put some pressure on teams and really make it difficult for them. We're kind of back to full strength, so now we've got to kind of show that we're full strength and really see if we can't get back where we're getting 3 or 4 girls in double figures and really putting a lot of pressure on teams. So, again, great night. Congratulations to the Borden Braves for winning the conference. Eastern will be second in the conference this year. Eastern will, like I said, fall to 6-1. So our first time out in this conference, we win the volleyball for the girls, and then we come second in girls basketball. So again, a strong showing in the Southern Athletic Conference for the Lady Musketeers. That is going to be it. This is Jake Johannesmeyer, Lady Musketeers basketball on WSOM. I hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you guys next week. We will be airing the sectional from Eastern High School. Again, that's us signing off. Thank you.